Okay, time for an NPC recreation that I think is actually quite a challenge. What would Neyuni look like, which is the younger sister of both Yana and Wicked Thunder, you know, Eutrope? What would she look like when she was older? Well, we can't create children in the game, so let's see if we can recreate a version of her that we would be able to play, a young adult. Essentially, I've gone for the shortest height. And as you can see here, we've gotten for the first type of tail, because Neyuni seems to have a little stubby tail that could very easily grow into just a straight tail. I don't think she'd have a fluffy tail. I could be wrong. We've gone for about medium height on that, not full length. And then for the face, which is the most important thing, I think I got as close as I could. She still seems to look familiar to the character. I don't know if there are any better options for this. I don't know what you would choose, but I've gone for face type 1 because simply it's the roundest and almost youngest looking of the faces, I think. And I think it's probably, again, I don't know what they do for child models, so no idea. For the skin color, it's actually pretty similar to both Yana and Eutrope. I've gone for a little bit fairer of skin, slightly, but still in this range. So we've gone for 168, 133, 106. I don't know if that's accurate. It looks as close to the skin color that she has in the game because it's not nearly as dark as her sisters. But yeah, I think that's as close as we can get it. For the hairstyle, because obviously we don't have the child hairstyles, I've gone for something like this. Simply because I don't think that she would grow out of her pigtails. I don't think that's something that would happen, and she's got a bit of a fringe. There's some other options that could probably be a little bit better. I tried to stay away from Ishtola's hairstyle and this one because I don't think it would really suit her, and she's got more of a straight hair thing going on, so that's why we went that way. The hair color, I've gone for this, which is 180, 122, 154. I tried to match this as close as I could with a side-by-side image, and I think that's actually her hair color, I think, because she doesn't use any of the neon hair colors. I don't know if that's something that comes with age of characters in the game, in the storyline of Solution 9 or something, but she doesn't appear to have any neon hair and certainly doesn't have any highlights, so we're just going to go with that base hair color. But it's most likely when she grows up or something, maybe she gets like a bright neon pink hair or something, or highlights. For jaw type, I've gone for type 2 because once again, it's quite round. We're not getting that overextension of the jaw, and I think, yeah, she'd probably keep some of those features. I could be completely wrong. She could grow a massive chin as she grows up or something. Genetics are strange like that. For eye shape, type 2, nice big open eyes, forgiving eyes, looks very similar, I think, to the child model. Big eyes on the iris size, and then for the eye color, we've gone for this bright blue, which I think I've matched as well as I could have. 71, 124, 143 for the actual RGB values there. I think that's as close as we can get. I don't think she has any contacts or any special effects applied to her model. And then eyebrows, type 2. Nice, simple, small. She doesn't have big bushy or angled eyebrows, I don't think. And it would also take away from the simplicity and sort of innocence of how her face looks, right? For nose type, she has a small sort of button nose with a little bit of a point. So number 2 kind of accentuates that. I don't think she'd go for much smaller than that. Yeah, I think that's okay. For the mouth, we've gone for type 3. The other types are okay, but I think they're too big in some cases, whereas this is quite wide. And then for the color of the lip color, 184, 86, 77. I tried to match that as well as I could as well. And then we've gone for basically past that. We've just gone for a face paint, a little bit of blush, because Neyuni seems to have a bit of blush or color in her cheeks. And for the color, we've gone for a light toned middle color of 147, 83, 40. So that's my Neyuni. And then for voice, we've gone for the highest pitch we physically could, and I think it's not bad. I don't think it's too bad, but let's get to the glamour. In retrospect, actually, I changed to this hairstyle, which is down here. It's the one that basically has the long ponytail, and then this is a much closer representation to the face, or at least I think it is in comparison to what I had before. Okay, so this is a side-by-side comparison, what I managed to put together. As you can see, it's pretty close. It is as close as we can physically get it. Obviously, I had to look at the Glamour a little bit to realize what colors we were going for here. It's all single dyes. There's no double dyes on this being utilized. We're actually using the dried white old rose to replicate the regulator that we still don't have in the game at the time of recording. Hopefully we get one as Glamour in the future. Then we got the Model C2 tactical outfit, which is obviously from Trophy Crystals, the Universal Gear, and that's dyed pastel blue, which looks pretty much spot on. And then of course we've got the false nails there, this time in sky blue. As you can see, Neyuni seems to have the false nails, so we've replicated that. And then we've got the Isle Explorer's culottes from Island Sanctuary, and we've got turquoise blue on those. I think the only difference there is you can just about see a little strap that's red on our version that's blue on theirs. This is something that's actually very easily fixed. I just forgot to actually record it in that particular piece of footage you saw. So for the second dye option on the Isle Explorer's culottes, we just went for metallic blue, and that seems to match perfectly. But again, the previous footage didn't have that on. Unfortunately, I'd forgotten. And then obviously for the shoes, we've got the Model A2 tactical shoes, which are dyed obviously pastel purple, which look pretty much identical. I think I've done a decent job of matching the skin tone. The face obviously was a big issue. Like, how do you make that face onto a player character? It's quite tricky. I think the eye color is probably nearly correct. The mouth is questionable, and obviously the hair is impossible to get her hairstyle. But she has her double tails, whereas I've only got the one there. But I think it's as close as possible. It would be lovely if in character creation in the future we got the ability to put freckles on more faces as like a facial option, because that's the one thing we're missing. It's like she's grown out of her freckles, which probably wouldn't happen. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my version of Neyuni. Quite a simple set to make, actually, in terms of a glamour set. But it was good fun nonetheless. It was a bit of a challenge to try and recreate what is an unplayable character model into a playable character model. And I think she would probably be there to support her sisters in the Arcadian all the same. But yeah, let me know what you think. What would you have done differently? Would you have gone for a different hairstyle? There are plenty of hairstyles that have pigtails, but it's the front as well. So it really depends on what you're going to be focusing on. If you want a truer to experience back of the character as you're moving around, there's twin-tailed hairstyles all over the place. But if you wanted a similar fringe with the bangs, you're probably going to be looking at this hairstyle, which is obviously what we've tried to replicate here. But yeah, that's Neyuni. Let's see what we can create next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.